you hearing about this fallout?
Well, we're hearing that there's been a slowdown for some time when it comes to this task force. You know, this body was really the first of its kind to look at really systemic issues that go back into the city's history, going back decades, and now they're behind, but trying to figure out what to do next.
I had not even heard anything about it one way or another. Then all of a sudden said we have a couple resignations.
Mary Waters is among many Detroit City Council members rocked by the sudden resignations of two key leaders on the city's Reparations Task Force. It's the group installed to look at how black Detroiters could be compensated for past racial discrimination and inequities, a process known as transitional justice. Co-chair Lauren Hood and member Maurice Weeks announced their departure days ago, citing a lack of progress.
I had originally anticipated those who stepped up to the plate and said they wanted to serve on the Reparations Task Force. I thought they would see it through. So I was very, very shocked by that.
Co-chair Lauren Hood was quoted in the Detroit News saying she was thinking about leaving for months after realizing that reparations meant different things to the 13-member body. Their official goal is to develop recommendations for economic development and housing programs that address historical discrimination against the black community in the city, with cash payments also possible.
You know, after Reverend Joanne Watson passed, things just started to kind of fall apart, you know, and I haven't personally monitored it a whole lot. My staff has been going to the various meetings and that kind of thing, but they've been seem to have some difficulty just kind of getting things off the ground, because she was in fact the leader for that task force. That was her brainchild some years ago.
Sources say some members were also frustrated by what they call a lack of support from council. City Council President Mary Sheffield pushed for the task force creation and sent a statement through her office that said, in part, the task force was designed to not have council involved in day-to-day activities and instead be community-led and driven. City Council has done our part by appointing members in a timely fashion and by ensuring funding was secured and appropriated to help facilitate the task force's work. Anytime you assemble a 13-member body, all with different opinions on how to tackle such a complex subject such as reparations, it will take time to get everyone rowing in the same direction. With that said, City Council continues to be available for any assistance or guidance the Reparations Task Force seeks. Councilmember Waters says the group still has plenty of talented leaders who can make a big difference on key issues.
Housing is near and dear to my heart. People come down who've been evicted. People come down who've lost their home to foreclosures. It is an extreme important issue. Many of them, the rent is too high in some of the places where they're living. Housing is a critical issue, and I believe that that's a great starting point.
And with that, the council president says that she will put forth some names for replacements that council can vote on when they return from recess. Downtown, Dave Kinchin, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, and this is so important for so many people. This isn't just about compensation and money, this Reparations Task Force. It's about looking at policies and practices that may have hurt black Detroiters in the past and things that need to be done in the future. There are a lot of people counting on this.
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of cities, a lot of big cities around the country that have been looking at Detroit, especially once this task force went into place. Cities that have dealt with redlining, that have dealt with decades-old inequality and, quite frankly, what many would say racist policies in the past. And so they said that this is a big step in looking at all these issues that can try to create some rectify some things moving forward. So I'm sure a lot of members that remain really want to get back to work.
Yeah, big steps ahead, but the next step is going to be filling those two vacancies that you're talking about tonight. We'll be following this very closely. Dave Kinchin for us live tonight. Thank you.